Welcome back to the Run with Manny Wilson. Now, I'm surprised, y'all. Look, I got a question. First, I got a question. So, Blake Griffin went off last night. He went for 50 points and 14 rebounds. So, I'm like, okay, Blake. This is the Blake Griffin I want to see. I've never been a big Blake Griffin fan, just for the fact that I've always felt like his game was more so of just trying to out-athletic somebody or playing more athletic than somebody rather than hitting people with moves and doing things like that. That's why I've never been a big fan, even when he first got traded to Detroit. I'm a Pistons fan, so I was a little skeptical because I'm like, Tobias Harris is nice. Tobias Harris was nice, and we gave up Avery Bradley, so I was a little iffy about it. But I'm like, he's athletic, so, that helps a lot. But another problem with that was before we got Dwayne Casey, my biggest thing was we're not going to be good until we get rid of Stan Van Gundy, because I didn't know what he was trying to do. I didn't know what kind of offensive scheme he was trying to run or what kind of game plan he was putting together, or if he just wasn't connecting with the players well. And all of those factors just was in my head, and I'm like, you know what? At this point, he's been our coach for like 4 or 5 years, and he still hasn't did us really any justice. Yeah, we get to the playoffs, but we got swept. That's not a successful season. No. And I always thought, like, until we get rid of Stan Van Gundy, we're not gonna be good again. And finally, we got rid of him. And Stan Van Gundy, I don't think he used Blake Griffin right. I don't know what kind of player he was trying to turn him into. But when Dwayne Casey got there, I know it's early in the season. Look, I know it's early in the season. It's only 3 games. I'm not trying to make a point that the Pistons is winning the championship right now. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm pretty excited, but I'm not going that far until we at least win about 64 more games. Once we win about 64 more games, then you might hear me talking crazy like the Pistons winning this, the Pistons winning that, whatever. But until that point, I'm just talking about the now. I'm talking about present day. They ended up beating the 76ers in overtime, 133-132. So I'm a little excited. It was a close game. And Blake Griffin did go for 50. Now, like I was saying, I've never been too big on him because I thought he was always trying to out-athletic people. But when Dwayne Casey comes, I like him as a coach because with Toronto, he been start a system. He had control of his players, and unfortunately, when he was in Toronto during his coaching career, they didn't like him for a minute because he was talking about benching DeRozan and benching Kyle Lowry, and they got mad at him. He like, okay, well, I'm the head coach, so why can't I do what I want to do? Why can't I do what I think is best for the team? If my players are not understanding what I'm trying to tell them, then they need to sit their down. So I don't know if he exactly said that or not. I'm just improvising at this point. But yeah, Dwayne Casey, he came there and, the players respect him. Obviously, the players respect him. Blake Griffin respects him. And when he first got there, they asked him, do you think Blake Griffin is a superstar? He like, well, I know he's athletic, but I'll have to find out if he's a superstar once I start coaching him. And it seems like the more we're coaching him, Blake Griffin, he's always been a pretty athletic guy, but he's never really had moves, and it looks like his IQ is probably getting better. I'm going to give that credit to Dwayne Casey. I'm going to say that because of him, his IQ is definitely getting better. Now, even though they won that game, I'm proud of it. But some people might try and take credit away from the dub, and I didn't even realize it halfway through the game that 76ers wasn't even fully healthy. They didn't have Ben Simmons. I didn't even notice it until like the middle of the game. I'm like, okay, look, I know they missing somebody. I see Joel Embiid out there. Now I know they missing somebody. Who's this player they missing? And then I'm like, oh, Ben Simmons. Okay, Ben Simmons. Where is he? So even if they had Ben Simmons, I'm still saying the Pistons win. And they play each other a few times throughout the season, so I'm excited about that. There's no telling how it's going to go. Obviously, these two teams have a lot of blood with each other. The last few years, the 76ers done beat down on Detroit. It's been hard to watch. Every year for the last few years, I'm like, all right, Detroit, this is it. Come on, let's beat them. Even throughout the season, even late in the season when we play Philly, I'm like, all right, let's get them. And then, boom, we don't do nothing. So I was happy we finally beat them. I was so happy we finally beat Philly. And another reason I'm saying I'm not too excited right now is because last year we did the same thing. Last year we got off to a good start. I can't remember exactly what the record was, but I know the first 10 games was good. We were sitting probably top 5 or top 10 in the first few games or first 10 games. We was doing pretty solid, and I found myself getting too happy and getting excited. Oh, Pistons this, Pistons that. So I'm done. I'm not doing that this year. Even though we got way better chances this year, I'm not doing it because I like the Pistons, and I wish them the best, man. I hope they did really good. But all the other players played really good. Not only Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson, he played good. He had 23 points. Ish Smith, he's actually my favorite guard on the Pistons. I like him better than Reggie Jackson, but, hey, he gets things done. They both get things done. He had 21 points. Drummond was ejected by Embiid's flopping. I don't know. That was ridiculous to me. He shouldn't have got ejected off of that. It was honestly some bull crap. But yeah, Drummond finished with a double-double. The game went to OT. Hey, Blake held it down for us. I was happy about that. But I'm just excited that the Pistons getting back. In my eyes, I see this as a new start for the Pistons. Not all they need to do is just give us some new jerseys. Please give us some new Nike jerseys, man. Bring that old school feel back. And at that point, I will officially think that it's a new start of the Pistons. We got Dwayne Casey, he installed everything else, new coaches and all of this. The owner put in new coaches, and we got new coaching staff, everything. I mean, it's a fresh start. But get us some new jerseys so we can really, really understand it's a fresh start. I need that. Come on, man. Get us something sweet. Get us out there looking sweet. Everybody else jerseys is real nice. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Be sure to follow me on Twitter @_Manny30. And you all have a great day today.